Hey, true believers, Englentine here. This is part 3 of the conversation between me and Tristan from Nerdette's newsstand. Here we're talking, first we talk about Alfred Hitchcock because somebody brings it up in the chat, and then we move on over to something else, and then we talk about how John Ridley wrote an incredibly bad book with the other history of the DC universe. She doesn't think so, and was brought up something that I will touch upon in a video later, where she says the book was not made for me. And I kind of give my opinion on that particular saying. So I hope you enjoy this. By all means, let me know what you think about everything in the comments below. And don't forget to do all the clicking and the liking and all that kind of stuff, the sharing especially. And otherwise, sit back, relax, and enjoy. By the way, figure drawing is absolutely right. That's one of the reasons why I hated when people said, Leonardo deserves his Oscar. I'm like, bullshit. If Hitchcock didn't get an Oscar,
Hitchcock was so good.
Nobody deserves one. Okay, because if you say you're deserving, you're saying better than Alfred Hitchcock, and that ain't happening. That just, maybe Spielberg is as good, but even Spielberg worships Alfred Hitchcock.
Right.
There's a famous story about him trying to get onto the set of, I believe it was Frenzy, and Alfred Hitchcock looks at him and goes, "And you are?" And he introduces himself and he says, "You need to leave my set." You know, so in that Alfred Hitchcocky voice. So Alfred Hitchcock actually kicked Steven Spielberg off of his movie set. So I think I love that story.
Goodness.
Yeah. But anywho, sorry.
Yes. So there was another thing that you talked about, superheroes at this point being less or not aspirational, and you use Superman as an example.
Superboy.
And oh, it was Superboy. That may be where our misunderstanding is here.
Yeah.
Have you been reading
Superman in Action Comics? By the way, I stopped because I wanted. I'll tell you why. I couldn't wait. So I said,
get it.
I'm going to wait until it's all out, and then I'm just going to. I did the same thing with Mariko Tamaki's detective run, which kind of shocked me. I actually did a video about Mariko Tamaki failing upwards into Detective Comics, and then she starts writing Detective Comics. Like,
it's so good.
It's good. But I felt the same way about Superman because Brian Michael Bendis destroyed Superman. Yeah. We had such a great run from Tomasi. So I was so freaking anti-Superman when it came out. And I just said, you know what? I haven't read it in a while. Let me check this issue out. I think it was the bogus number of 1037. For those of you who don't know me, I'll talk about that in a little bit. But it was like I read it and it was revelation. It was, wow. The stuff that's going on in Action Comics is freaking amazing. It really is.
Well, then that totally blows what I was going to say out, because I was like, have you not read Action Comics? It's so aspirational.
Yeah, that's why you look. And I don't think there's any insult to call John Kent Superboy. I just don't. I'm sorry. Nobody ever calls Connor Kent Superboy, yet they're trying to suit him with the moniker. They call him Connor Kent. So there's nothing wrong with calling John Kent Superboy and having him want to live up to us. You can have all the same stories. And it always bothers me when you see people who've known Superman for years and years, knowing he's still alive and out there going, you're Superman now. And because I never read that as it's actually Nightwing saying it. It's Tom Taylor saying it, you know, to try to convince us. So
do you have an issue with Nightwing being the one that funds the truth?
I haven't. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Nightwing's broke. He's absolutely broke, because if you read that issue where he makes the announcement of all the things he's going to do,
right?
He's basically wanting to do the same thing that funds a freaking country and all that. And I'm like, and yeah, there's a reason why we pay taxes, you know, to fund all this stuff. What he was talking about, I'm going, wow, that's a month. That's a month, maybe 2 months, and he's out. But I don't know. Yeah, I think I do a little bit, but I get it. It's Tom Taylor. So it's the same thing. I mean, the truth itself, since I have a problem with that, I guess, you know, by extension, I would have to, if I'm keeping up, if I'm keeping my consistency, I guess, and not just like of moist bread. But yeah, I guess I do.
I get it. In Fantasy I Die, thank you so much for the super chat. Day 2 of reminding T to set up a Venmo. I will do it today. I've never used anything like that, but I will check it out today. More for you, less for Mama Susan. Ingle is OG. Respect. Ian McKellen has not gotten an Oscar either. Oh,
Did he not win for apt pupil? I know I thought he won for apt pupil. I may be wrong. You know, that does happen once or twice a year.
Only 98% correct.
Yeah, I'm 98%. And it has been joked that 2% is growing. So yeah, but yeah, I thought he won for apt pupil.
Thank you so much in Fantasy I Die.
Oh, sorry. I talk a lot. I talk a
lot.
No,
that's great. I when it comes to there was another thing that I wanted to talk to you about, and we kind of had the same issue with the other history of the DC universe. And I went to go review it, and I did review the initial one. I actually reviewed 2 issues. I reviewed the Black Lightning one and then the Katana one. But when I had BJ Kicks on, and if you guys have never seen his channel, another great YouTuber, does zero drama. I love that about him. Nothing to do with drama, just fun, old-fashioned comic book talk, if you want to check him out. He had a real strong emotional connection to the book.
Okay.
He wanted to see these Black characters represented in this light. So I kind of took a step back, and I'm like, if somebody enjoys it this much, and this story was made for them, and then we had Wonder Woman Historia come along, and a lot of people didn't like that, and I felt like that story was tailor-made to me. What was your main issue with the other history of the universe? Like, are you against stuff existing?
No, of course not.
Okay. I was gonna say, like, is it just the blips in continuity that he did kind of with the Lex Luthor stuff? Or is it John Ridley, how he writes, how he's overtly political?
Every character was not a character. They were a caricature. And he was just as racist as it actually, to me, it read like a racist from the 70s wrote it. I'm talking specifically about Black Lightning here.
Right.
I don't hold in. Look, I can only write my opinion. So if you like the book, by all means, I love to hear why you liked it. You know, it's like the change my mind thing. I'm open. Tell me why you liked it. It's not necessarily tell me why I'm wrong. Just tell me why you liked it. You know, I'm not going to try to talk you out of liking a book or anything. If it's something you love, it's something you love. I don't like Pokemon. My daughter loves it. I will never try to take away her enjoyment.
You won't catch them all.
I can't catch any. I think that's why I don't like it. I just have empty balls.
Oh my goodness.
That's it. Yeah.
But last time, the reason I brought that one up specifically first is because the last time you had an issue with when we were talking about Aquaman, how it wasn't made for you. Oh, isn't that the definition of not being made for
I would
you
have
or
to hear
even
the
me?
quote. I would have to hear the quote on that one. Because I don't know, did I say it in a snarky way? Did I say it like, well, not snarky, but a sarcastic way? The getting back to the other side of it, and then I'll go to this one. With my main problem with all of it, like Black Lightning was only an angry black man in that book. When he did Bumblebee, she was only put upon. You know, there was no depth to the writing. If there was a little bit more depth, if there was a situation that caused Black Lightning to be angry, and there were other situations where we got to see other emotions and such, maybe. The Katana was written as the wilting flower. I'm like, what? And I don't even know what he was trying to do with the question. It's just, it was like, hey, this is why they are victims. Let me go from this point. And I don't see that. I'm sorry, but definitely, once again, these heroes should be aspirational. These heroes you should always write them from a point of strength. I'm not saying they should be Mary Susan, all that kind of thing.
Right.
They should always, I mean, one of the great things about comic books is seeing our heroes get into situations they now have to get out of. But it seems like John Ridley wrote these as the worst caricatures because he wrote them as victims. And I'm sorry, I cannot get past that. Now, if you didn't see that, if you enjoyed it, I'm glad. Your $7 was spent better, or what was it, $6 was spent better than my $6. I bought those same books. You enjoyed them. My money was wasted. That was basically how it is. So you win. You know, that's the way I see it. If you like a book that I don't like, but on reverse, if I like a book you don't, I win, you know. But yeah, I would never hold. You're stupid for liking that. I never understood that point of view.
No, but that kind of comes back to our conversation before with
about the Aquaman. I'm sorry. I don't remember what I said that about or why I said so I don't. I wish I could speak more intelligently about.
No, I just said when we were talking about Jackson Hyde that book wasn't made for you.
Jackson Hyde, the
Becoming
book? The Becoming. What would I say that? Because I don't usually say that, so I don't know.
I said that.
Okay, because I believe that all books are made for everybody.
Okay, but isn't that the definition of, like, you know, the other history of the universe? Isn't that a good example of it being okay if a book's not made for you?
Well, I think that if you are talking about like a kid's book or something like that, I don't see why anybody would write a character that could not be relatable.
Right.
In some way, shape, or form. I'm not in any way, and throughout most of my entire life, I've never been an over 6 foot tall black guy.
Right.
For most of my life. But I actually can relate to Luke Cage when I read Power Man from the 1970s. I loved Luke Cage. I liked, you know, I'm a Wonder Woman fan. I mean, I've got boobs now, but when I was a kid, I still liked Wonder Woman. Never liked. But it's, but still, there are things about each character I can relate to and that I like. So I don't buy into this book wasn't made for you. But one thing I do have a problem, and I remember saying this is that as soon as they decided to push the gay thing, they actually started drawing him and writing him as only gay and more flamboyantly gay. And I think when you're looking, and I always point to all the cover poses. I gotta tussle my hair and look shy and aloof. I'm like, wait, if you weren't drawing him for the first 20 years like this, why are you doing that now? Because you said he was gay. Hasn't he been gay all the time? But now you're deciding to go 1980s sitcom gay. It just doesn't. See, that's where I have the problem with that. You could, just write him as he is, and guess what? Gay. Just saying. But
I don't. For one, the problem I have with that is Jackson Hyde hasn't been around for 20 years to be written that way.
Well, I was going back to Young Justice, not the.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've not watched Young Justice. I've heard good things, but I've not watched it.
I think, and I think, what was it? Brightest Day #7 or something is the first comic book appearance. So even that right now is about 12.
Oh my God!
Years.
Yeah, I guess it is. Holy crap! I didn't even realize that.
Don't you tell me you feel old, woman. You're like still 20 years younger than me. So.
Oh goodness. Yes, I guess it is. I guess he has been around for a while, but besides the covers, and covers often are super misleading. Not just on how he looks and how, you know what I mean? Like, Like there was one, I think it was Teen Titans Academy number 12. Red X revealed. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't.
Those, huh?
So in the book, I would say besides the first interaction with in that diner, he doesn't come off as flamboyantly.
No,
gay.
he doesn't. It's all that one freaking
That first interaction, I think, was done poorly. The rest was, I wouldn't like write home about how good this book is, but it's not terrible.
I think that story would have been so. And they won't do this. They won't do this. I don't see this ever happening. That story would have been so much better, I think, had the guy at the diner not been gay, and yet they became friends.
Oh, that would have been a good way to go.
There are certain stories out there that won't be told because they want to, they want to put they think their way is the only right way, and I'm of course speculating. I honestly don't really know what they're thinking. I hate doing that. I hate it when other people do that, but I'm a hypocrite sometimes. So there you go. There you go, gang. What do you think about the points made on this one? Do you agree with me on the whole it's all books are made for you? Do you what did you think about, hey, shush, bird, I've just got a few moments here. Dang, he's always doing this. Always doing this. What you gonna do? Shoot the bird? Okay, maybe. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below. What do you think of the story idea for Aqualad? The fact that they're never going to tell any, like, there's some stories they'll never be told because they gotta get that message. Let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know how to kill a lovebird and get away with it so your wife doesn't know you did it. Don't forget to do all the clicking and liking and the sharings and stuff. And if you haven't seen it, click right. Nope, it's right over here for the last episode if you've missed it, or the next episode coming up, whatever video pops up here. Thank everybody who's already done that, and to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching.